Welcome to Reality Aftershow coverage of Destination X Season 1, Episode 2. Holy moly, I'm Jonny Fairplay, that's Bobby Goodsby, but the man of the hour, the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, Jonah is here. How was the fondue?
It was pretty good. It was some good fondue.
Did you actually go with Jeffrey Dean Morgan for fondue after that or no?
I wish I had been able to. I went by myself, but he
Okay.
did. He was like, "There's some fondue down there. You can go get it." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
So they did let you go get fondue.
After we were done filming, and I
Yeah.
had like half a day in Geneva, so I did go get some. Yeah.
Wow, because we talked to Josh last week, and we're like, "Hey, did you go get that drink?" He's like, "No." He was like, "Oh, they're on a tight schedule." Now, peek behind the curtain, Jonah. Other reality shows like to do extra stuff, for the website, for the social media, blah blah blah. Moving forward, season 2 of Destination X, this needs to be a thing. You don't need the whole film crew. You just you go you grab a GoPro, one of these Osmo Pocket 3s that I'm using, and just one small lighting deal. You go get the fondue with Jonah and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
I mean, like as I said, like I know in their head they're just like, oh, this is a 6 camera shoot, but no, it's not. It's a GoPro and one light, and you're done. That's their social media thing. That's an extra on Peacock. That's go. I was here for Jonah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Fondue.
I really wanted to do it, but fondue's fondue. It was great.
So looking back, we talked off briefly off the air. You're not a reality TV guy.
No.
We could tell. But you came with your heart, and I think heart is a vital ingredient in the world of reality television.
Yeah, I definitely went in kind of knowing that, at least on some level, it was going to be like cutthroat, ruthless. I knew I haven't watched a lot of reality TV, but I knew that was part of it. I thought maybe I would be able to kind of carve my own path, playing totally as myself and as
Yeah.
like a straightforward, honest person. I just didn't quite find that. It was hard to find my footing in the game, and maybe if I'd stayed longer, I would have. I wasn't quite there yet.
I think working with some, like, if you would, who do you feel was your number one ally?
It was Allie. She was the one I was the closest with on the bus and that I
Yeah.
trusted the most, which is kind of why things ended up playing out the way they did at the end.
Yeah, I feel if you had gone a different direction, if you had gone the Rick route or the Mac route, it's
Yeah.
just like, hey, Rick and Mac are maybe internally processing. Maybe I'm not the nicest person here. Maybe Jonah is the buffer between me and all these other people that I hate.
Right. Yeah, right. If I had stayed in for another round, there's a decent chance Rick and I would have ended up you don't really see it, but we had been chatting a little bit and I felt bad for him that he was being ostracized so early. I actually believed him that he had told Josh what he really thought. And I was looking at the way he was being treated and I was like, well, there's another person that's kind of a little bit alone in this game. I was willing to take that step, but I never got far enough to, see that through or anything.
And Jonah, so it seemed like at points you got a little overwhelmed. What was the most like overwhelming part of the game? Like what really got to you that you think probably set you over the edge at times?
Other than Jeffrey Dean Morgan's amazing stare.
Well, I think it is because I went into this game, knowing that I was going to be myself. I'm the worst liar of all time. Like if I had even tried, people would have been like, he's fucking lying. Like they would have known immediately.
Yeah.
And so seeing how everyone else is playing and scheming and really gaming the game in a way that was, I could see it happening. And I was like, well, what do I do? Like, where is my place in this? How do I move forward? That was really tough for me because it felt like an environment I was so unsuited for. And I felt really alone. I felt like, okay, I'm friends with everyone on this bus. Like I feel like I like all of them and they like me, but where am I? What am I doing? Like how do I move forward? And that was a really difficult position to be in, especially once, Kim laid it out like, oh, he's the weakest player here. And I kind of
Yeah, I don't
already
think Kim liked you.
yeah, no. And then it was something I had already been thinking and that I was worried everyone else was thinking. And I was like, well, dang, now really am kind of on an island here by myself. And that was a very alienating feeling of
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm clearly different than everyone here. What do I do? How do I find myself? And that was where I think a lot of the motion was coming through, was that feeling of isolation in a lot of ways.
Gotcha.
Why do you not have art on your walls?
Oh, this is like a spare room in my house. It's just the best place with the best lighting. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay here.
It's just I feel like emotionally maybe some art could
Yeah.
benefit.
There's like a painting. There's a painting off the camera. Yeah.
This is coming from the biggest liar in the history of reality television. So that's all right. So you're looking back. We were episode 1, we were in Rome. Episode 2, we're in Geneva. Are you piecing together maybe this show isn't as difficult as some people are potentially making it? For Rick to, is like, pretty sure it's Milan. I'm just like, why is Rome like, if I'm playing this game and I'm just like, okay, we're not going deep cuts here. This is a show that the common man and common woman in America have to watch and be able to understand. If you're in Italy, it's Venice or Rome, possibly Florence. I feel like Florence might even be a deep cut. So, and if it's Venice, you're going to tell, you're going to see the gondolas, you're going to see the waterways. There's your clues. So, it's Rome,
Right.
So at what point, or is this revolutionary news or new news to you in that maybe we're kind of overthinking this thing?
Yeah, I'm a textbook overthinker, so I was definitely hamster wheel in my head was spinning at all times, and I was kind of on that same track of like, there's no way we're gonna go to Liechtenstein, like we're gonna go somewhere that everyone kind of knows. So
and can spell.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I had kind of figured out Rome a little bit in that first half, in the first episode. I mean, I think that's like one of the highlights of my gameplay is I figured out the clues. And then this time around, the reason I couldn't figure it out was that I was thinking of Switzerland, and in my mind, I was like, I feel like kind of all the cities in Switzerland are on. For me, I had them all on even playing field. It's like I don't know if one of these is. I mean, Geneva, I guess, because of the Geneva Convention, but I knew,
or the Geneva Conference, as we called it on the podcast yesterday.
Right. I was like, in my mind,
we're the smart podcast.
That was part of what I was struggling with. Was I was like, well, I feel like Zurich, Bern, Geneva. I don't know if one of these is more recognizable than the others. Like they all kind of seem the same. And based off the clues we had gotten, I could have been on that bus for a year and never put together the Gen Eva. I never would have got that.
Okay. Do you think they did?
Yeah, I think Allie for sure figured that out.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday. Girls' brains operate different than guys' brains. Like that's like they're looking at, like, they see those two pictures. It's a TikTok, whereas I'm like, I hate TikTok.
Right. I was thinking of like, okay, where is Jennifer Aniston from? Where's Eva Longoria from? I'm like, Jennifer Aniston, I'm pretty sure her family's from like Greece. I don't even know how I know that, but I was like, we're not in Greece. So like, I don't know. Like,
I could have looked at that picture for an hour and I would have never thought Jen Eva.
Right. Me too.
There's no way. So I have another question for you. So obviously we saw the first boot of the season was Josh Martinez. He's obviously has a reality TV background. Did you or anyone else on the cast recognize him? Because they didn't give us that at all, that basically anyone recognized him from TV, and was pretty shocking for us because of how many shows he's been on. I know you're not a reality TV guy, but do you know of anyone else on the cast that recognized him right off the bat?
I think Ty might have recognized him, or at least knew he had been on Big Brother. The rest of us, I think, were pretty clueless. I think they purposefully might have been like, we don't want everyone to know who he is. So maybe they might have asked people, like, have you watched much Big Brother or something? They didn't ask me because I told them off the rip. I was like, I've seen a handful of seasons of Survivor with my dad when I was a kid. There's a chance I might have seen. I don't remember
when you were 3.
Seasons. I was a child, but
great.
That was I definitely did not recognize him at all, and until I got off the bus, I had no idea that he had won and that he had done other shows.
Yeah. So like Mac appears to be a gamer to me. Like I feel like Mac should have, but I mean maybe Mac's like a Survivor traders person and she's not a Big Brother challenge person.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she watches a lot of reality TV, but I can tell you that she is wicked smart. She is like a genius. Like I was shocked I almost beat her by 3 miles. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm sure she's punching herself in the face right now. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Right. So, is there anything from this experience that you think you could like maybe take and move forward, or like what from this experience really like really helped you in life, or like what was like something that you can take and grasp from the reality TV experience?
Right. I guess for me, I kind of knew going in that I was going to try and be authentic, and that I was going to try and be myself. I think I could have been more assertive about who I was from the start. I could have tried to carve my spot earlier on in the game and been more like, this is me. You like it or you don't like it. I was a lot more passive about it. And I don't regret being like honest and straightforward, but I could have made that clearer to everyone and been like, this is how I'm playing. If you want to join me in the way I'm playing, you're welcome to. But
Rick and Mac use that to your advantage. Keep me as long as possible, and hopefully you screw up at the end.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Honestly, I'm a little shocked that was like the line of thinking Kim had, was that he's weak. I'm going to put him in now. Why not go after someone stronger than me early in the game and try and keep me along until later? That's what I thought would happen. But
I think Kim sees herself as perception wise as weak. And it's just like, hey, let's do the weak thing. Jonah's gone. And then tomorrow is just like, all right, well, we did the weak thing. All right, now let's go after strong people.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no. Yesterday, let's just keep riding that weak train. It's like, no, that's old shit. Let's do the new shit. So, are you upset that they did not mention that you were one of the Efron brothers? Is that part of your
brothers?
No.
Yeah, one of the Efron brothers has been making a stunt on reality TV, especially on NBC shows. So it wouldn't be far fetched. Trust me.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah. I just thought it was that you're just one of the lesser known ones, and you're not like this. All right, fair enough. All right. I mean, we could have had an exclusive here today, Jonah, but I mean,
I can see the family resemblance.
Yeah, it's the hair.
All right, well, Jonny, we got to wrap up here in a couple minutes. Anything else you want to ask Jonah?
What was your absolute favorite thing you did?
Going up in the mountains, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Taking off those goggles and having that view, it's like literal dreamscape right there. It was amazing.
Yeah, we're like, holy shit! I can't because you have the goggles are real. You can't see. I imagine people are just like guiding you by your hand. And then you're standing there. You take it off. You're like, no effing way. This is not possible to be the view based on where we were a day ago.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That was exactly the feeling. It's like, how did we're here now? Like, okay, and this is like a dream. Like actually something I've wanted to do my whole life, and there it is right in front of you out of nowhere. Like that's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's crazy. This is the end of Jonah. He's achieved all of his dreams. So it's downhill from here. He will
I can go into the dark easily now.
He will be a processor at an accounting firm.
I hope not. Oh God.
Well, Jonah, we know you got to run. You got other interviews to do. We appreciate you sitting here and chatting with us. Thank you so much. And I hope, maybe we'll see you on reality TV again. Maybe not, but who's to tell?
We'll see you on the social medias.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Jonah, take care.
Yeah, have a great one, guys.